Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to be analysing the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities may be available for today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Right, I'm going to start off here on the daily chart. On the top is EU, on the bottom is DXY. So what's the daily chart showing us? Well, yesterday we closed out as a bullish doji, right? So after the previous couple of days were bearish, we've had a bit of support showing here, a bit of slowing down of that momentum. Right, if we analyze the candle itself, price took the buy side liquidity from previous daily high and the sell side liquidity from the previous daily low, and then just obviously closed out as a slightly bullish doji, right? So didn't really go anywhere, taking buy side, sell side liquidity. So that means on the lower time frame, we're probably just going to see some sort of range down there. So the question now will be, is price going to continue lower to head towards this imbalance here in a more discounted price, or have we found some sort of lower time frame support and price is going to continue its bullish trend really and take out and make a new higher high? That's the questions that come to my mind. If we look at DXY, our inverse, and just analyze that quickly, of course our SMC here, which is still intact for bullish price, right? So are we also going to pull towards this imbalance here and order block, which is a draw on price? The previous day did the same thing. It didn't take the previous daily low. I think it may have just swept the high, but also closed out as a bearish doji. Okay, so a bit of possible resistance and a slowdown in that bullish momentum as well. So far today we're bearish, right, on EU and probably just slightly bullish here on DXY. So we may be continuing this trend now, but we'll have to see more on the lower time frame. Price hasn't moved much, so let's go down to the 4-hour time frame and see what that's showing us. Right, so on the 4-hour with this bullish leg, as I mentioned yesterday, where we've pulled down to the discount to this possible POI area, price is consolidating. I think that's very clear. Right, we've come down, made a high, taken some buy side liquidity, mitigating this order block, came down, took sell side liquidity, and then also we're just holding price at this area. We can see this very clear range where we took that buy side and sell side liquidity, which gave us that doji yesterday. So not much else to see here. It's like the higher time frame daily picture. We've got our imbalance below, right? Is price going to pull down towards that, or are we going to break out from this support now to go higher, or at least be pulled up to these imbalances up here, right? Or continue our trend and make that higher high. We can see the same ranging going on DXY again here up in the premium of this possible leg. So we're just waiting for price to make its move really. The 4-hour directionally for today isn't easy to read. You can see we've taken sell side liquidity below here, and then we came up, took some buy side liquidity above these internal candles. So just internal buy side and sell side liquidity at the moment. So no sense of real direction just yet in terms of trend or the higher time frame. So I don't think there's much to see on this 4-hour, just taking in the fact that we've consolidated here at these lows, which is possible support that price may drive higher, or we're waiting to break out to show us the price is going to go lower. Right, we are in a discount here of this leg. So I think that's a quick one, not much to see there. So let's go down to the 1-hour and see if that shows us anything in any more detail. So on the 1-hour now, I've annotated with a bit more detail. So previous daily high and low here, you can see where we had mitigated that buy side liquidity and imbalance on the higher time frame. That gave us that bearish move. We took the sell side liquidity below all of these lows here and internal lows, and then we finished the day with that bullish move, right, which gave us the bullish doji. Now into today and in Asia overnight, right, we ranged and then we came up, took buy side liquidity from some internal highs here. At the same time we've created SMC divergence. So we've got SMC divergence here with this low and high low, then we've got high and high low, right? It didn't create that lower low, right, which we would have expected. We had the same sweep of buy side liquidity, but pulled down and didn't make that lower low. We've held this low, showing possible strength on EU. So now this may become a weak high, which means what? Which means bearish EU, right? So this low here on EU may be targeted, right, as we head for sell side liquidity after we've taken that internal buy side liquidity and indicated possible weakness with this SMC divergence. Now overall in the higher time frame, of course, this is a lot of consolidation, but I think that's the best read that I can get on price here. We took sell side liquidity, came up, took buy side liquidity, divergence entered into the market here, right, indicating weakness. We've shown some weakness, but is there going to be more? Right, this is a possible weak high here on DXY, where it made that high, low. Now we did leave behind an imbalance with an order block here on 1 hour, so monitoring that as well. Price is pulling back at the moment towards it. So a bit of uncertainty in a way on a higher time frame in the fact that this is support. We are in a higher time frame bullish trend, but again, we know we have those high time frame imbalances on the daily to be drawn to below, right? Or we could continue to trend upwards. But now we're on the 1 hour. Possibly I'm reading the price just temporarily. You know, we just want to know the direction of the session because we are day traders, that we've swept sell side liquidity, come up, swept buy side liquidity, right, as a confluence, mitigated this imbalance somewhat here. SMC divergence, right, which is also on our side, and we've had a bearish reaction from there and a bullish reaction here on DXY with a possible weak high because it failed to make a lower low. Alright, so that's on our side. So if I'm going to be leaning towards any bias, if I do trade this, it's going to be probably to go shorts or be patient, see if this holds and breaks down from this 1 hour POI to confirm those shorts. So in saying that, let's go down to the M15, see if there's any opportunities for today. Right, so going with the narrative that I had just discussed on a high time frame, right? We've got buy side liquidity swept from above the previous London highs from yesterday. During Asia, we've broken down, break of structure below these lows from this order block here, right? Big strong breakdown from there, closed below these lows, wouldn't call it a sweep, but obviously we've mitigated this area here now, right, which is causing this pullback. We've got the same order block here on DXY. We do have a bit of a gap, so it may or may not pull back down into that before it could possibly turn bullish. Now the negative here is above this order block here on EU. We have this 1 hour order block with imbalance that price may want to come into. It would have been better if there was like a obvious sweep here, maybe some highs, internal sweep and breakdown before pulling back, and that would maybe make this area a bit more comfortable, but this 1 hour POI above is the main negative. So you could I still see this as a good position, but it's not without its weaknesses above, right? So you could have it like this, stop loss just above, or if it meets your plan, put your stop loss right to the top there and cover it. But let's say stop loss just above the order block, and then you trade down to wherever you want to go for. So we've already pulled back. I think it's just about stabbed this order block, maybe not, might have missed it. We've got our break of structure, order block of imbalance, pull back. Now obviously if this plays out, we'll have missed this one, but there might be the further breakdown here, another break of structure there, pull back to some sort of order block with POI here to continue lower. Now this obviously happened quite quickly, so I didn't get to analyze if I wanted to be involved in that because we have this 1 hour POI above, right? Technically I guess we could say this is an order block here on the M15 as well, but this is the one where the momentum came from that broke the structure. So that's going with the shorts, right? I don't see any longs at the moment, so it's unfortunate how quickly this is also playing out as well. It'd be going quite well if you got into this trade. So hopefully someone has. You may have got missed just by a small bit depending on where you set your order. So yeah, that's the opportunity I see for this morning. Didn't see this playing out that quickly, unfortunately. So just to reiterate, M15 order block, break of structure, right, pull back to the order block to go short with the direction of the SMC, buy side liquidity heading towards sell side liquidity, right, and we have those higher time frame imbalances below which may be drawing price. We have a possible weak high here on DXY because it failed to break the low. Okay, so that looks like that's playing out. We'll see if we get some sort of continuation for that if this low goes this trade is obviously playing out rather quickly. I'd be near take profit even. If we do pull back up, I would probably wait to see how this 1 hour order block goes, right? So I'd want to see us enter this 1 hour order block and then break of structure around here, pull back to that possible lower time frame POI to continue lower. That's what I'll be looking for if we pull back, okay? Something like this. Possible inducement below there, break of structure around here, and I would look for something like this if this happens for the shorts, if the shorts look good, if it pulls back. So there's always that POI above there. And as I said, there's always the possibility of a continuation after we break these lows, but the continuation gets a bit more risky because it may just be pulling back to come up higher. So yeah, that's what I see. I wouldn't be looking for any longs until we take these lows and change order flow, right? These lows would have to go as sell side liquidity points, and then we'd have to see a break of structure upwards for some sort of pullback. So that's it for today. I hope that was clear. I hope you gained value from that. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.